5 questions with me and Seaton. If you weren't a gym owner, what would you be doing right now?
Oh. Ideally, pro athlete would have been nice, but it's a little wishful thinking. In the business world, I would say same type of area of taking care of people. I would assume. I really wanted to go into early on this stuff with kids, under 12-ish. I really had an idea of doing physical, mental, and education. Kind of bringing it all together in one for kids under 12 years old. Just because that's kind of where I started. At post college, with children. So. And my dream is always to still go back and be a Little League baseball coach. So I'm going to say in the children world of true growth and mentorship of something along those lines. If I had to guess, not too low. You can't go above 12. I'm 12 and under type guy.
Gosh, I just learned a lot about you. One thing about your industry that you were the most caught off guard.
Most caught off guard is for sure, you can't predict people obviously, but I think the most caught off guard would be getting somebody fired up in a great routine, getting after it, changing their lifestyle, happy.
So that was hard.
And no, the hard part was watching them leave, watching them walk away. I think is because you invest in your people and you want to be the best you possibly can for them, and watching people give up on themselves is definitely hurts the most by far. I mean, it's not even close. And it happens with things that you wouldn't think. The smallest, a sprained ankle. I'm like, man, you can still box. And but they still feel like they need to rest their ankle, or I know there's a lot of underlying variables there, but at the end of the day, watching people give up on themselves is definitely the most heart wrenching. Because I'm just not in it for that, and I don't like people giving up. So.
Gosh. Great answer. Do you want to get married?
Oh, yeah, I definitely want to get married. I don't know when. Definitely not, fast tracking that by any means.
This can be yes or no.
Yeah, I want to get married. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Bill Belichick or Nick Saban?
Oh Lord. I think I got to go with Saban because. Just with the black and white answer, I think Belichick got I think Saban's had to work harder to create, a bigger dynasty. I know he rode off Bear Bryant's back for a while, but I think Belichick, having Tom Brady is as good as he was. I'm not discrediting the guy at all. I just think it still puts him just right under Saban for better coach.
You're sitting in class right now. The teacher asks for your name, your major, and then the worst one, an interesting fact about yourself. How old are you now?
28.
So at 28 years old, what's your new interesting fact?
About myself?
Yeah. What would you say at this point? You're sitting in the classroom at 28. What's your new interesting fact, or what's something that people would know about you?
I spend a lot of time I think people would not know this about me at all. I spend a lot of time in the live streaming world, whether it be gamers, whether it be people that are just out creating content for themselves. Big Mr. Beast fan. A lot of the YouTube where they're going around asking people to do challenges for $100, or I'll buy this for you in the store. Making people's days just because I love the little things, and I think those those content creation type people are fascinating. I think, and it takes a minute to make somebody's day, and so I love diving into those videos. Actually, fall asleep to them occasionally. It's not a good habit, but it's funny. Sorry.
We can cut that part out.
Yeah.
I didn't think about any of that as big a hurry as we were in to jump in here.
Because my 5 is up.
Switch over.
Turn all of this off.
All right.
All right, let me get back. Yeah, I never stopped. We just cut that out.
All right, my time to shine. I bet you've got this question before, but I've never actually heard you answer it. So this is always good and good one to start with. If you were a pizza topping, what would you be and why?
Dude, if I was a pizza topping, what would I be and why? Oh gosh, I get pizza. I don't get topping, so I haven't had to answer this. I don't know why I'm running to tomato, but I am because I feel like tomatoes, like when I'm slicing them, they're pretty fresh.
A little underrated.
Red's kind of like my color. Very very underrated.
Looks good.
It presents well on a pizza, I think.
So you think
That
maybe
or a
like
pineapple.
prestigious
I
look?
like pineapple because I'm usually in places where I probably shouldn't be sometimes, and I think there's this big, like, crazy argument with the pineapple. Should it be there? Should it not? I feel like I found myself in an industry that maybe I never thought I would be in. So pineapple or tomato? Let's go now that I've thought through it. Pineapple. Next question.
I like pineapple. Would you rather have a rewind button in your life or a pause button?
Oh gosh. Rewind.
Rewind, go back.
Yeah, I think I definitely rewind for sure. I think I've never been really good at being super present. I'm working on that, so I don't really know the moment sometimes until it's gone. So I need to go back there.
Awesome. Who would you say are your top 5 most influential teammates that you've had in your life?
Wow.
And
5's gonna take us forever. Let's do like 3.
all right, let's go three most influential teammates
And we
or
can-
inspiring. You don't. Doesn't,
Yeah. Gosh, this is gonna give me cold chills. This is taking me way back. This is wild. Most influential. I'm gonna say this first name, and people are gonna. It's gonna be crazy. Teammates. It's gotta be teammates. I played with Jacob King was number 1. He showed me that there was a space for me inside the game of basketball at the earliest because I was playing right next to him.
Man can shoot.
He could shoot the basketball. I saw his grind. I saw his grit. I saw just the tenacity, like the piece of me that I struggled with. I saw a lot of who I wanted to be in Jacob King, and I saw myself in Jacob King as a little freshman in high school. So Jacob King's number
Okay,
1. Number 2, I would probably, I think, Caden Dickerson in college was probably the number 2 on how he treated people. I think he showed me that you could be extremely humble and really good at your craft at the same time. And so Jacob showed me kind of who I wanted to be. Caden, because he was my teammate, I looked up to my teammates so much, showed me that you could be a phenomenal guy and a phenomenal athlete. And I think there was this crazy misconception that if you were a dog on the court, you were a piece of crap off the court. And I think you felt like you had to carry this persona, and Caden flipped the script on me. Thirdly, I think the most inspiring, I know this is cliche and I try not to go here, but I mean, George Fant was probably the most inspiring. I think watching a guy pivot his career, watching him work as hard as he did, even when everyone was always telling him how good he was, I would say more so on the collegiate level, just being in that space and saw the attention he was getting, he would still show up and work harder than anybody on any given day. That was extremely inspiring. So I would say Jacob King, Caden Dickerson, George Fant, and there's so many others, but those are the first 3 kind of.
That's good. All right. Last 2? What do you think the biggest need is for Bowling Green, Kentucky? What do you think a good need?
A need?
Or maybe a want. I mean, it could be entertainment. It could be anything that would provide maybe a little more culture to the city.
Oh man. I don't know. I mean, I would love a better way to get down Scottsville Road. I think if there's one thing other than myself that I get the most frustrated with, it's Scottsville Road. So I mean, I'm not saying that that's even possible. I'm just saying, like, when you talk about Bowling Green or infrastructure, or you're talking about what it needs, that would be the first thing. But like I said, I'm not sure it's even possible at this point. Let's talk maybe a business. I think we need a better hangout spot. I think we need something where we can all watch games, hang out, maybe play indoor games. I love the pickleball community. I would love like a little indoor pickleball
Pickleball's
/
big.
restaurant / golf simulator / when it rains we all don't have to hibernate or go downtown and do unhealthy things.
Right. Or when it gets dark at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right, last one. What was the most awkward moment of 2023?
Awkward moment
where
of
you were just like
2023.
caught with just kind of.
Yeah. Awkward moment of 2023. Gosh, awkward. I feel like. Okay, I mean this is probably what you were planning on hearing, but I think it's always awkward now when I'm not in the restaurants as much. Most people know that, but there are days that I am, and I'm in there, and I like things to be done a certain way, and I'm still really good at attempting to tell people what to do, and I will go in there and work a shift, and I will. Like it just happened this week. I took a delivery and I didn't take the drinks, or the same thing that I'm constantly getting onto my staff about. I consistently do. It's a very good humbling moment for me. It's a very good moment for my staff to see that I'm just like them. But that's very awkward. It just happened this week. I took a big catering order to the hospital and I forgot the 20-ounce drinks. For me, it's like, how in the world could you not just read the ticket? It's right there. These are all the conversations I have with my staff. And then now I'm in their shoes and I forgot an order. So it's usually when I jack up an order, I'm trying to help the staff out, and then I do, and I screw something up, which I'm good at. Is typically pretty awkward because I think it hurts my pride a little bit. But other than that, that gets pretty awkward on me, and with the consumer, because they expect me to know what I'm doing. Aren't you the guy? Aren't you? Aren't you? And then I get there and I'm like, I don't have your salad. I'm going back. So that's tough. But
yeah, kind of get caught.
that's 5. That was really long.
Makes sense.
Thanks for hanging.